Welcome back to another deep dive into retro gaming.
Today, we're ranking the top 15 3DS games.
But here's the twist. We're not just pulling this out of thin air.
Nope. We combined three sources: fan votes from major gaming communities, aggregated scores from rating sites like Metacritic, and our own hands-on experience.
So this isn't just games we like. This is a legit ranked list based on consensus plus our personal playtime.
And we're counting down from number 15 to our number one pick. Each game gets quick tips you can actually use, and we're keeping this under 25 minutes because gamers don't have time for hour-long deep dives.
Before we start, drop your top 3DS game in the comments. Curious if your pick matches ours, and bonus points if you tell us your playtime.
Yeah, because we know some of you have like 500 hours in one game. No judgment. Okay, maybe a little judgment.
All right, let's get into it.
Kicking off at number 15, Resident Evil Revelations.
This one scored strong with critics, averaging 82 on Metacritic, and viewers consistently rated it as the best mature title on 3DS.
For us personally, this game had zero business being this polished on a handheld. Console-quality horror on a cartridge.
The atmosphere, the scares, the controls, it's all there. Plus, it proved you could do intense adult gaming on Nintendo hardware.
Gameplay tip? Don't sleep on raid mode. It's arcade-style missions where you grind for gear and weapon upgrades. That's where the replay value lives.
And master the dodge mechanic. It's easy to forget you can sidestep, but it's essential for conserving ammo on higher difficulties. Okay, but before we move on, let's talk about what actually happens in this game because the story is wild.
Oh, man. Yeah, so this takes place right after Resident Evil 4, and Jill Valentine gets sent to find Chris Redfield, who's gone missing. Again.
Chris has a serious problem with wandering off. Like, at some point, the BSAA needs to just put an air tag on this guy.
Right? So Jill and her partner Parker board this abandoned cruise ship in the middle of the Mediterranean called the Queen Zenobia. And of course, it's completely overrun with a new bioweapon.
Because it's always a new bioweapon. Can't just be a normal cruise ship mystery.
Nope. This time, it's the T-Abyss virus, which gives people this creepy shark-like skin and coral limbs. Very ocean-themed nightmare fuel.
What's cool, though, is you don't just play as Jill. The game jumps between multiple characters, Chris and his partner Jessica, these two BSSA agents named Keith and Quint, plus flashbacks with Parker.
The Keith and Quint sections are something. One of them is literally a stalker who follows Jessica home, and the other one just calls him out on it.
Peak BSSA professionalism right there.
But honestly, the story structure is genius. Every time you start getting bored with one character, it cuts to someone else. The pacing never drags.
And the whole thing is basically a conspiracy mystery. You're piecing together what happened on the ship, who's behind it, constant twists and betrayals.
If you loved Resident Evil 1's slowly uncovering the horror vibe, this scratches that same itch, but with way more action.
Plus, it's episodic, so every 30 minutes you get a cliffhanger, very one more episode energy, even though it's all one game.
Fair warning, though, the game loves its previously on recaps, like every time you load your save.
Yeah, it treats you like you have the memory of a goldfish. Remember 20 minutes ago? Let me remind you.
Still, the story holds up, one of the most entertaining in the series, hands down.
Number 14, Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate.
Okay, so this one's divisive. Critics gave it mid-70s scores and fan votes were all over the place.
But from personal experience, if you ignore what it's supposed to be as a Castlevania game and just play it, it's genuinely great. It's more of a 2D action brawler than classic Metroidvania. Combat's deliberate, enemies are tankier, but the 3D visuals are some of the best on the system.
Pro tip, master dodge roll timing. This isn't about rushing enemies, it's about countering. Block, dodge, then punish.
And explore thoroughly. Health and magic upgrades are hidden everywhere, and you'll need them for later bosses.
All right, so let's break down the story here, because it's actually way more ambitious than you'd expect from a handheld game.
Yeah, this isn't just go kill Dracula. This is a multi-generational family drama that spans like 50 years.
You play as 3 different characters across different time periods. First up is Simon Belmont, who's hunting Dracula to avenge his parents.
Classic revenge plot. But then the game flashbacks and you play as his dad, Trevor Belmont, who also has beef with Dracula.
And then, plot twist, you play as Alucard, Dracula's son, who's caught in the middle of this whole mess.
The kicker? The game reveals these massive family connections that completely reframe everything. Like, there's a reason this is called Mirror of Fate.
Yeah, without spoiling too much, let's just say the Belmont family tree is complicated.
It's basically a Castlevania soap opera. Who's your father? Becomes a recurring theme.
What's wild is how each character plays slightly different. Simon's all about raw power and whip combat. Trevor's more tactical. Alucard's got magic and speed.
So you're not just getting story variety, the gameplay shifts too, which keeps things fresh.
The story takes you through Dracula's castle, a destroyed village, this creepy theater. It's all very gothic and atmospheric.
And the voice acting is surprisingly good for a 3DS game. They went all in on the dramatic delivery.
Oh, yeah, very dramatic. Everyone's brooding and making declarations about destiny and bloodlines.
It's peak Castlevania energy. Lots of "the night is dark and full of vampires" type dialogue.
But honestly, it works. The story's engaging enough that you want to see how it all connects by the end.
And when those twists hit, they actually land. You'll probably see them coming if you're paying attention, but they're still satisfying.
It's a solid revenge tale that respects the Castlevania legacy while doing its own thing.
Number 13, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
This one hit 86 on Metacritic, and fan votes were overwhelmingly positive. People love Luigi's ghost hunting adventures.
Personally, this is peak cozy gaming with light puzzles. You're vacuuming ghosts in a haunted mansion, and the level design is brilliant.
The 3D effect genuinely helps with depth perception too, like judging distances when capturing ghosts or grabbing coins.
Quick tip, use your flashlight stun before every vacuum pull. Ghosts take way less time to capture, and you'll save tons of health.
And don't rush through rooms. Vacuum literally everything. Furniture, curtains, backgrounds, hidden coins, everywhere. So let's talk about Luigi's latest ghost hunting adventure, because this story is actually pretty charming.
Yeah, so Professor Egad is back, and he's been studying ghosts in this place called Evershade Valley, where ghosts are actually friendly?
Which is wild for a Luigi game. Like, hey, these ghosts are chill. They help with research.
But then the Dark Moon, this magical object that keeps the ghosts peaceful, gets shattered into pieces, and suddenly all the ghosts go berserk.
And of course, Egad calls Luigi. Not the actual hero, Mario. Luigi, the guy who's terrified of everything.
To be fair, Mario was probably busy. Luigi's like the substitute teacher of the Mushroom Kingdom.
So Luigi gets teleported into these different haunted mansions across the valley, and he's got to find all the Dark Moon pieces while vacuuming up hostile ghosts.
The cool part is each mansion has its own theme. There's a plant-infested greenhouse mansion, a clockwork tower, a snowy chalet.
An old mining facility that's super creepy. Each one feels distinct and has its own personality.
And King Boo is behind everything, obviously. He's got this elaborate revenge plot against Luigi for trapping him in the first game.
King Boo is petty. Like he's been stewing in jail for years, just planning this elaborate scheme.
You trapped me in a painting? I'm going to shatter the Dark Moon and terrorize an entire valley. That's some next-level grudge holding.
But what makes the story work
is Luigi himself. He's constantly scared, shaking, humming nervously, calling out for Mario even though Mario's not there. It's adorable and relatable.
And EGAD's dialogue is genuinely funny. He's this eccentric scientist who keeps putting Luigi in danger and acting like it's no big deal.
Oh, you almost died? Fascinating. Now go into this haunted clock tower.
Exactly. The whole game has this lighthearted, spooky vibe that's perfect for all ages.
It's not trying to be a deep narrative. It's just Luigi being a reluctant hero. And that's enough.
Number 12, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
This scored 86 with critics and has a cult following in fan communities. For Monster Hunter fans, it's essential.
From our experience, this is the best entry point if you're curious about the series. Yeah, there's a grind, but the satisfaction of crafting gear from beasts you've taken down is unmatched.
Big tip. Always bring mega potions, not regular ones, and eat at the canteen before every quest. Those stat buffs matter more than you think.
If you're playing on a new 3DS, use that C-stick for camera control. Makes the experience way smoother. Okay, so Monster Hunter isn't really known for its stories, but hear me out. This one actually tries.
Yeah, most Monster Hunter games are just hunt big thing, make armor from big thing, hunt bigger thing.
But MH4U has an actual narrative. You play as a caravan member traveling across different regions investigating these mysterious earthquakes.
And you've got this talking cat companion called the Caravanier's granddaughter, who's basically your quest giver and cheerleader.
The feline companions are the best part. They're these adorable cat people who help you hunt, and they have the best dialogue.
Let's get meowing, Hunter. Every pun is cat-related. It's aggressively wholesome.
So as you're hunting monsters and helping villages, you start uncovering that these earthquakes aren't natural. They're caused by a massive elder dragon called Gore Magala.
Gore Magala is basically spreading this virus that turns other monsters into rage-fueled killing machines.
Which explains why everything's so aggressive. The monsters are literally infected with anger.
The story takes you through desert ruins, frozen tundras, volcanic regions. You're globe-trotting while following this Gore Magala's trail.
And there's this whole investigation element where you're gathering clues, talking to researchers, piecing together what's actually happening.
Eventually, you track down Gore Magala, fight it in this epic showdown, and think you've solved everything.
But nope, plot twist, there's an even bigger threat called Shigaru Magala, which is basically Gore Magala's final form.
Classic Monster Hunter. You beat the boss? Cool. Here's the actual boss.
And the final battle takes place in this sacred mountain sanctuary. Very climactic, very dramatic.
Look, is this a Shakespeare-level narrative? No, but for Monster Hunter standards, it's practically a novel.
It gives context to why you're hunting. You're not just grinding for gear, you're saving villages and stopping an ecological disaster.
Plus, the cutscenes are actually pretty hype. Seeing your hunter gear up and ride into battle on the back of a monster, chef's kiss.
It's a simple story, but it works. And honestly, that's all you need when the gameplay is this addictive.
Number 11, Shovel Knight. Critics gave this 85 plus, and fan votes are nearly unanimous. It's a modern classic.
Personally, this is retro platforming perfection. Feels like it was excavated from the NES era, but plays like a modern game.
The level design, controls, soundtrack, it all comes together so naturally.
Pro tip? The fishing rod is your best friend. Use it to snag treasure and kill enemies safely from a distance.
And don't ignore the optional challenges in each level. They unlock permanent upgrades that make later stages way more manageable.
Let's talk about Shovel Knight's story, which is way more emotional than you'd expect from a game about a dude with a shovel.
Right? It starts with Shovel Knight and his partner Shield Knight adventuring together as this legendary duo.
They're basically the power couple of the adventuring world, fighting evil, finding treasure, living their best life.
But then they explore this cursed place called the Tower of Fate, and everything goes wrong. Shield Knight gets trapped in a magical seal, and Shovel Knight barely escapes.
And he's so traumatized by losing her that he just quits, buries his shovel, and becomes a hermit.
Imagine retiring from adventuring because your girlfriend got trapped in a curse. That's some serious dedication.
But then the Tower of Fate reappears, and this evil sorceress called the Enchantress takes over with her army called the Order of No Quarter.
The Order of No Quarter is 8 themed knights: Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, King Knight, Mole Knight.
They're all ridiculous and amazing. Each one guards a different region, and they're basically boss characters with personality.
So, Shovel Knight grabs his shovel and decides, okay, I'm going back in. I'm saving Shield Knight and taking down the Enchantress.
Classic hero's journey. Reluctant warrior comes out of retirement for one last mission.
But here's the twist. The Enchantress is actually Shield Knight. The curse transformed her.
So the whole game you're fighting to save someone who's become the villain. That's tragic.
And throughout the adventure, Shovel Knight has these dream sequences where he's trying to catch Shield Knight as she falls into darkness.
Those sequences hit different. Like, the game's fun and lighthearted, but those moments are genuinely sad.
You're bouncing on enemies with a shovel, and then bam, emotional gut punch about loss and determination.
The ending is actually really satisfying, though. Without spoiling it, Shovel Knight doesn't give up on Shield Knight even when everyone else thinks she's gone.
It's a story about loyalty, perseverance, and true love conquering evil, wrapped in an 8-bit aesthetic.
Honestly, it's proof that retro-style games can still tell compelling stories. You don't need cutscenes and voice acting, just good writing.
Number 10, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
This crossover hit 79 with critics, but fan enthusiasm pushed it higher. People love this combo.
When we first heard about it, I honestly thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it works.
The writing's sharp, puzzles are clever, and the courtroom drama delivers. It's fan service done right.
Gameplay tip? Take actual notes during testimonies. The game doesn't hold your hand. You need to spot contradictions yourself.
And some latent puzzles have multiple solutions. If you're stuck, try approaching from a completely different angle instead of brute forcing it.
All right, so imagine if a puzzle game and a courtroom drama had a baby. That's this crossover in a nutshell.
The setup is wild. Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright both end up in this medieval town called Labyrinthia, where witches are real and magic is law.
And I don't mean fantasy medieval. I mean full witch trials with public burnings. It's surprisingly dark for these franchises.
Layton gets transported there while investigating a mystery with Luke, his young assistant. Phoenix shows up with Maya trying to defend a girl accused of witchcraft.
The whole town operates on this book called the Historia Cantata, which literally writes reality. Whatever's written in the book happens. So the town's storyteller, this mysterious figure, controls everything by writing in the book. He writes a witch appears and boom, witch appears.
It's like living inside someone's D&D campaign where the DM has absolute power.
Phoenix ends up defending multiple people accused of witchcraft in these massive courtroom trials. But instead of one witness, you've got like 10 witnesses testifying at once.
Yeah, the trials are insane. You have to find contradictions across multiple testimonies simultaneously. It's puzzle solving meets legal defense.
Meanwhile, Layton's investigating the town itself, solving environmental puzzles, and trying to figure out what Labyrinthia actually is.
Because, spoiler alert, something's not right. The whole town feels like a stage production. The mystery deepens when they discover the great witch Bezella, who's supposedly the source of all magic and also behind all the chaos.
And here's where it gets really good. Layton and Phoenix team up for the final trial. Logic and evidence versus magic and superstition.
The ending reveal is genuinely shocking. Like, everything you thought you knew about Labyrinthia gets flipped on its head.
I won't spoil it, but let's just say the Historia Cantata isn't the only book controlling things.
What makes the story work is how respectfully it treats both franchises. Layton gets his dramatic reveals, Phoenix gets his courtroom breakdowns.
And they actually play off each other really well. Layton's calm logic balanced with Phoenix's passionate defense style.
It's fan service done right. You can tell the writers loved both series and wanted to honor them equally. Number 9, Metroid: Samus Returns.
Critics scored this 85, fans rated it highly, and from our playtime, Mercury Steam absolutely crushed this remake.
The original Game Boy game was impressive for its time, but this modernization is what it always should have been.
Critical tip, the melee counter is mandatory. Learn the timing, it opens enemies up for instant kills and is required for most boss fights.
And scan every room with the Aeon ability. It reveals hidden blocks and items, which cuts backtracking in half.
This is how you do a remake, respectful to the original, but updated for modern expectations.
So, Samus Returns is a remake of Metroid 2, and the story is deceptively simple, but actually pretty dark when you think about it.
Yeah, the Galactic Federation basically hires Samus to commit genocide.
That's accurate, but brutal. Okay, context. The Metroids are these parasitic life forms that drain energy from living things.
The space pirates tried weaponizing them in the first Metroid game, which went terribly, so the Federation decides, let's just eliminate the entire species.
And they send one person to do it. Just Samus on the Metroid homeworld of SR-388.
Her mission is simple: hunt down every single Metroid on the planet and exterminate them. No survivors.
The game keeps a counter showing how many Metroids are left. It's like a hit list, which is kind of messed up when you think about it.
Congratulations, you've made a species endangered. 20 more to go.
What makes it interesting is that SR-388 is this hostile alien world full of aggressive creatures and ancient ruins. You're exploring deeper and deeper underground.
And the Metroids evolve as you progress. They start as basic jellyfish things, but then they cocoon and transform into bigger, scarier forms.
You've got Alpha Metroids, Gamma Metroids, Zeta Metroids, and finally Omega Metroids, which are basically dinosaur-sized nightmares.
Each evolution requires different tactics to kill, so the gameplay keeps changing, even though your core mission is kill all Metroids.
But here's where the story gets emotional. You finally reach the Queen Metroid, the last one, and defeat her.
And then this baby Metroid hatches from an egg, sees Samus, and immediately imprints on her like she's its mother.
Samus, who's been murdering Metroids for hours, suddenly can't bring herself to kill this innocent baby.
It's this surprisingly tender moment. The baby's just floating there, chirping happily, and Samus just can't do it.
So she takes the baby back to the Federation for research, which seems like a good idea at the time.
Spoiler alert for people who've played Super Metroid, is not a good idea.
But that's the setup for the next game. Samus Returns ends with her leaving SR-388 with this baby Metroid, essentially sparing the last member of a species she was hired to extinct.
It's a story about following orders versus following your conscience, and it sets up one of gaming's most emotional storylines.
Number 8. Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Averaged 88 with critics, and fan voting was intense for this one. People are passionate about their cozy games.
Hot take from personal experience, this is better than New Horizons.
Ooh, spicy.
I'm serious. New Leaf doesn't make you grind for basic features. You're mayor immediately, villagers have personality, no durability system hell?
Okay, money-making tip, visit the island at night and catch rare beetles. They're worth 10,000 plus bells each. Fastest cash method in the game.
And abuse the turnip market. Check prices twice daily, sell when it spikes. You'll be a millionaire within 2 weeks.
Perfect fruit trees are also key. Grow them and sell to other players' towns for premium prices. Okay, so Animal Crossing doesn't really have a traditional story, but New Leaf has the best setup of any game in the series.
Yeah, you arrive in this new town expecting to just be a regular resident, right? Maybe catch some fish, plant some flowers.
But the villagers mistake you for the new mayor, and before you can correct them, they're like, "Welcome, mayor, here's your office."
And you're just stuck with it, like, I guess I'm the mayor now.
Your secretary, Isabel, is basically running the whole show anyway. She's organized, competent, does all the actual work.
While you're out here shaking trees for fruit and hitting rocks for money, peak leadership.
But being mayor actually matters. You can pass ordinances that change how the town operates. Want shops open late? Pass the Night Owl ordinance.
You can build public works projects, bridges, lighthouses, benches. You're literally shaping the town's infrastructure.
And the story is really just your relationship with the villagers. They move in, move out, ask for favors, throw parties.
They remember your birthday. They send you letters. If you disappear for months, they guilt trip you when you come back.
Oh, you're finally back. We thought you died. Thanks for abandoning us.
There's also seasonal events. Like Tortimer Island opens up for mini games, the Dream Suite lets you visit other players' towns while asleep.
KK Slider still performs every Saturday night at Club LOL. That's your weekly concert tradition.
And there's this whole museum completion quest where you're donating fish, bugs, fossils, and art to Blathers.
Blathers will lecture you about every single thing you donate. Like, yes, the sea bass. Let me tell you its entire evolutionary history.
You just wanted to donate a fish, and now you're getting a biology lesson from an owl.
But that's the charm. There's no save the world plot, no villain, no stakes.
You're just vibing in a town with animal friends, customizing your house, and living your best debt-free life.
Well, except for Tom Nook. You're always in debt to Tom Nook.
That raccoon has financed every home expansion since 2001. He's basically your landlord and your loan shark.
But he doesn't charge interest, so honestly, Tom Nook's more ethical than most real-world banks.
The story of Animal Crossing is whatever you make it, and that's why people sink 500+ hours into it.
Number 7. Super Mario 3D Land.
This hit 90 on Metacritic, and fan consensus is rock solid. It's essential 3DS gaming.
Personally, this game showcases what the 3DS hardware can do. The 3D effect actually helps with platforming.
It's the perfect hybrid of 2D Mario's tight level design and 3D Mario's exploratory freedom.
Gameplay tip. Hold the run button while long jumping. You'll cover way more distance, which is crucial for secret stars and speedruns.
And don't skip special worlds after beating Bowser. That's where the real challenge lives. And it basically doubles the game's content.
All right, Super Mario 3D Land's story is exactly what you'd expect from a Mario game.
Yeah, there's no surprises here. Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach, Mario goes to save her. Tale as old as time.
But the intro is kind of creative. There's this massive storm, and it blows all the super leaves off the tail tree in the Mushroom Kingdom.
The tail tree, which gives Mario his Tanuki suit power-up, so it's actually relevant to gameplay.
Peach goes to check on the tree after the storm, and of course, Bowser's waiting there and just yoinks her.
Mario gets a letter from Bowser that's basically, I have your princess, come get her, P.S. LOL.
And attached to the letter is a photo of Peach trapped in a cage. Bowser's out here sending ransom notes like a cartoon villain.
Which he is, but still, very extra of him.
So Mario sets off their 8 worlds of classic platforming action. Grasslands, deserts, beaches, airships.
Haunted houses, fortresses, Bowser's castle. It's the greatest hits of Mario locations.
You fight Bowser at the end of World 8, beat him, save Peach, and then the game's like, surprise, special worlds unlocked.
Yeah, you beat Bowser and think you're done, but then he kidnaps Peach again immediately.
Mario doesn't even get a vacation day. He saves her, and Bowser's like, round 2, plumber boy.
The special worlds are basically harder remixed versions of the main worlds. New challenges, different layouts.
And they introduce the Cosmic Mario clone that chases you through levels. That guy's stressful.
You finally beat the special worlds, defeat Bowser again, and this time you actually save Peach for real.
The ending is Mario and Peach having a peaceful moment, and then Luigi photobombs them like, hey, I'm here too.
Poor Luigi, always the third wheel.
But honestly, the story doesn't matter in Mario games. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Right? The story's an excuse to run through creative levels and master tight platforming.
Each world introduces new mechanics, flip panels, rotating platforms, time-based challenges. The level design is the story.
And the game does it perfectly. Every level teaches you something new without holding your hand.
So yeah, the plot is save Peach again, but the execution is what makes it memorable.
Number 6. Fire Emblem Awakening.
This gave 92 on Metacritic, fan voting it overwhelmingly, and from our experience, this game saved the entire franchise.
Before Awakening, Fire Emblem was borderline canceled. Then this drops with its relationship system, and suddenly tactical RPGs are mainstream again.
The marriage mechanic changed everything. You're not just moving units, you're playing matchmaker while keeping everyone alive.
Essential tip. Pair up your units constantly, not just for relationships.
Paired units can block attacks and do follow-up strikes. It's borderline broken once you master it.
And don't sleep on reclassing. Change classes to learn new skills, then switch back. You can create hybrid characters that break the game.
This is the modern tactical RPG blueprint. If you haven't played it, you're missing out.
Fire Emblem Awakening's story is wild, and it starts with you waking up in a field with complete amnesia. Classic JRPG opening. Who am I? Where am I? Why do I have tactical genius?
You're found by Crom, the Prince of Ylisse, and his sister Lissa. They're immediately like, you seem trustworthy. Join our army.
Crom's betting process is, can you remember anything? No? Perfect. You're our chief military strategist now.
You become the tactician for the Shepherds, which is basically Crom's militia group defending Ylisse from invaders.
The main threat is the Plegian Kingdom, led by this creepy sorcerer named Volodar, who's clearly up to something evil.
But the real threat is the fell dragon Grima, this ancient evil dragon that destroyed the world in the past and is prophesied to return.
And here's where it gets crazy. There are these people from the future showing up, like literal time travelers.
Lucina, who's one of the main characters, is actually Crom's daughter from a bad future where Grima won and destroyed everything.
She time traveled back to prevent her dark timeline from happening. Very Terminator energy.
Come with me if you want to live, but make it medieval fantasy.
All the kids in the game are actually from this future timeline. They traveled back to save their parents.
Which creates amazing dramatic irony. Like you're fighting alongside your future children, but you don't have kids yet in the present.
The plot twist? You, the player character, are actually the vessel for Grima. You're possessed by the fell dragon. Volodar is your father, and his whole plan is to use you as a meat puppet to resurrect Grima and end the world.
So you're fighting against your own destiny. Can you change fate, or are you doomed to become the villain?
The game lets you choose the ending. You can either seal Grima away temporarily, or sacrifice yourself to destroy Grima permanently.
Both endings are bittersweet. Either Grima comes back eventually, or you die saving everyone.
Classic Fire Emblem. Congratulations on saving the world. Your reward is emotional trauma.
But the character relationships are what make the story shine. The support conversations flesh out everyone. You learn backstories, motivations, fears. These aren't just chess pieces. They're people you care about.
And when permadeath is on, losing characters hits hard because you're invested in their stories.
It's a time travel epic with dragon gods, prophecy, and the power of friendship. Awakening goes all in.
Okay, top 5 time. Quick pause though. If you're still here, you're officially part of the crew. Help us out by hitting like and subscribe. We've only got 3 subscribers right now, so literally you could double our audience. No pressure.
Yeah, and our 3 current subscribers, 2 of them are our moms, so we need you.
Painfully accurate. All right, drum roll, please. Number 5, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D.
Scored 89 with critics, massive fan support, and personally, this is the superior Zelda remake on 3DS.
Bold claim.
But it's true. Majora's Mask was always this weird, dark time loop experiment. The remake smoothed out frustrations while keeping that unsettling brilliance.
Pro tip, learn the inverted Song of Time early. It slows the 3-day cycle down, giving you way more breathing room for quests.
And use the Bomber's Notebook religiously. It tracks every NPC's schedule, and those side quests give you masks that trivialize certain challenges.
This is Zelda for people who want existential dread with their dungeons.
Exactly. Save the world in 72 hours or watch the moon murder everyone.
Majora's Mask might have the darkest story in any Zelda game, like legitimately unsettling.
It starts with Link searching for Navi, his fairy companion from Ocarina of Time, in the Lost Woods. And he gets jumped by the Skull Kid, wearing this creepy mask who steals his horse and his ocarina.
But it gets worse. Skull Kid uses the mask's power to transform Link into a Deku Scrub. Just curses a child for fun.
Skull Kid's whole vibe is chaotic evil. I'm gonna ruin your day and also end the world.
Because here's the thing, the moon is falling. Like literally, there's a giant moon with a terrifying face crashing toward the land of Termina, and you have 3 days to stop it. After 72 hours, the moon crashes and everyone dies. Game over.
But you meet the Happy Mask salesman, this creepy dude who gives you the Ocarina of Time back and teaches you the Song of Time.
Which lets you reset the 3-day cycle, so you're stuck in a time loop trying to prevent the apocalypse.
Every character in Termina has a schedule. They're all living their lives, unaware they're about to die, and you can watch their routines play out.
That's what makes it dark. You see people in denial, people accepting death, people trying to flee.
There's a couple getting married on the final day, even though the world's ending. That's commitment.
The moon's about to kill us, but we're doing this.
You eventually learn that Skull Kid isn't evil. He's being controlled by Majora's Mask, this ancient artifact with godlike destructive power.
Skull Kid was lonely and felt abandoned by his friends, and the mask preyed on that loneliness.
So, it's a story about isolation and pain. Skull Kid, Link searching for Navi, all the townspeople facing oblivion.
Everyone's dealing with loss and fear in different ways. It's heavy stuff for a Nintendo game.
You collect masks throughout the game, including transformation masks that let you become a Deku, Goron, or Zora.
Each transformation mask has a tragic backstory. Like, you're literally wearing the lingering spirit of someone who died.
The Deku Butler's son, Mikau the Zora guitarist, Dermani the Goron hero, they all died, and their regrets became masks.
Again, dark. You're solving puzzles with dead people's faces.
The final battle takes you inside the moon, which is this weird, trippy field with a single tree and children wearing masks.
And then you fight Majora's Mask itself, which has multiple forms and is genuinely terrifying.
The ending is bittersweet. You save Termina, but Skull Kid's friends are gone and Link rides off, still searching for Navi.
It's about accepting loss and moving forward even when things hurt. Very existential for a Zelda game. Number 4, Kirby Planet Robobutt.
Critics scored at 81, but fan votes pushed this way higher. And from our playtime, this game is flawless.
It takes Kirby's copy ability and adds a giant mech suit. You're adorable, but also a weapon of mass destruction.
The contrast is perfect. Cute pink blob and a robot obliterating everything.
Crucial tip, turn the 3D on. This game uses depth for puzzle solving. There are background secrets you literally can't spot without it.
And collect those code cubes in every level. They unlock optional stages that are genuinely challenging, not just padding.
Plus, the soundtrack goes unnecessarily hard. Kirby games have no business slapping this much musically, but here we are.
So, Kirby Planet Robobutt starts with a literally hostile corporate takeover of Popstar.
Yeah, this company called the Haltman Works Company just invades with a fleet of spaceships and mechanizes everything.
They're strip mining the planet for resources, turning forests into factories, and roboticizing all the wildlife.
King Dedede tries to fight back, gets immediately captured. Meta Knight tries to fight, also gets captured and brainwashed.
Kirby wakes up from a nap like, why is there a spaceship on my planet?
Classic Kirby. Sleeps through the invasion, wakes up confused, decides to fix everything himself.
He fights through these mechanized zones, patched planes turned into a factory, Resolution Road full of assembly lines. Everything's been industrialized. It's environmental commentary disguised as a cute platformer.
And then Kirby finds this abandoned mech suit and just climbs in. Now he's piloting a giant robot,
The Robobot armor.
which can also copy enemy abilities. So you've got a pink blob in a death machine that can transform.
It's adorable and terrifying. Kirby's crushing enemies, punching through walls, scanning abilities.
He's basically a one Kirby army at this point. The Haltman Works Company picked the wrong planet to invade.
You eventually reach the mothership and fight President Haltman, who's obsessed with profit and efficiency.
But here's where it gets surprisingly emotional. Haltman's motivation is tragic. He lost his daughter Susie in a lab accident years ago. She got transported to another dimension, and he's been searching for her ever since.
All this mechanization, all this corporate expansion, it's funded by his desperate search to find Susie.
Plot twist.
Susie's been working for him the whole time as his secretary, but he doesn't recognize her because he erased his memories to cope with the pain.
So it's a story about grief and loss hidden in a game where you fight robotic hamsters.
The real villain is Stardream, the company's AI computer, which goes rogue and tries to erase all organic life.
Holtman programmed Stardream using ancient Helkandara technology, which, if you know Kirby lore, is always a bad idea.
Stardream absorbs Holtman, takes control of the Access Arc mothership, and tries to delete everything.
The final boss is Kirby in his mech suit fighting a planet-sized AI in space. It's epic.
And the music? Absolute bangers. Remixes of old Kirby themes with this mechanical edge.
You defeat Stardream, save Popstar, and Susie flies off to parts unknown. Bittersweet ending.
She never reunited with her father because he's gone. It's legitimately sad for a Kirby game.
Planet Robobot proves Kirby games can tell emotional stories while still being fun and accessible. Number 3, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
Critics gave this 91, fans went wild for it, and personally, this is one of the best Zelda games ever made.
That's a huge claim.
But it's earned. It takes A Link to the Past world and adds the wall merge mechanic, which completely changes puzzle solving.
And you can tackle dungeons in any order because you rent items from Ravio instead of finding them in dungeons.
Gameplay tip: don't ignore lore rule. There are heart pieces and secrets exclusive to the Dark World that make the endgame way easier.
And upgrade your items. The better versions have faster charge times and more power, which is essential for hero mode.
If you haven't played this, stop what you're doing and go get it.
A Link Between Worlds is basically a love letter to A Link to the Past, but with its own twist on the story.
You're Link, a blacksmith's apprentice in Hyrule, living a peaceful life until a sorcerer named Yuga shows up.
Yuga's whole thing is turning people into paintings, which sounds goofy, but is actually horrifying.
Yeah, he's just walking around Hyrule, trapping sage descendants in paintings like he's collecting Pokemon cards.
He's after the 7 sages because their power can break the seal on Ganon. Classic Zelda villain plan.
Zelda tries to stop him, and Yuga just yoinks her into a painting too. Then he turns you into a painting.
But a bracelet from this merchant named Ravio saves you and gives you the ability to merge into walls as a painting.
Which becomes the core mechanic. You're flat against walls, sliding around, solving puzzles that require you to think in 2D.
Yuga escapes to Lorule, which is basically a dark mirror dimension of Hyrule. Everything's corrupted and falling apart.
Lorule had a Triforce, but their rulers destroyed it to stop people from fighting over it.
If we destroy ultimate power, nobody can abuse it. Brilliant plan, except now their world is dying.
Princess Hilda rules Lorule, and she seems helpful at first. She wants you to save the sages and stop Yuga.
You travel between Hyrule and Lorule, collecting the sages, upgrading your gear from Ravio.
Ravio's great. He's this cowardly rabbit-hooded merchant who rents you items instead of you finding them in dungeons.
You think you're saving both worlds, but plot twist. Hilda been manipulating you the whole time.
She wants to steal Hyrule's Triforce to save Lorule. She's desperate and willing to doom another world to save hers.
Yuga merges with Ganon to become this horrifying painting demon, and then Hilda betrays him too.
Everyone's betraying everyone. It's a very complicated triangle of backstabbing.
Ravio reveals himself as a Lorule's version of Link, the hero who was too scared to act when his world needed him.
So he ran away to Hyrule, gave you the bracelet, and has been helping from the sidelines to redeem himself.
That's actually really poignant. He's the Link who failed, and he's trying to make sure you don't.
You defeat Yuga Ganon, and then Ravio talks Hilda down from her plan. He tells her stealing won't save Lorule, it'll just doom both worlds.
Link and Zelda use their Triforce to wish for Lorule's Triforce to be restored. Ultimate act of selflessness.
Both worlds are saved, Hilda realizes she was wrong, Ravio becomes the hero he should have been.
And Link goes back to being a blacksmith apprentice. Just a normal Tuesday in Hyrule.
Saved 2 dimensions, back to making swords now.
It's a story about courage, redemption, and helping others even when it costs you. Classic Zelda themes done perfectly. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D.
Scored 94 with critics,
Fan votes are nearly universal, and from experience, this is the definitive way to play Ocarina of Time.
Hot take incoming. This is better than the N64 original.
I'll back that. The updated interface makes the water temple actually manageable. Graphics got a complete overhaul without losing the soul.
And the gyroscope aiming. Tilt the 3DS for precision with the bow or hookshot. It's a game changer for some puzzles.
Pro tip, Master Quest is unlocked from the start if you've beaten it before. Mirrored world, harder dungeons, great for replays.
Everyone should play Ocarina of Time at least once. This is how you do it in 2024. Ocarina of Time's story is legendary for a reason. It's the blueprint for basically every Zelda game that came after.
You're Link, a kid living in the Kokiri Forest where everyone has a fairy companion except you, which makes you the outcast. Everyone's got their fairy buddy and you're just alone.
Until Navi shows up and the Great Deku Tree summons you. He's dying because of a curse placed by Ganondorf?
Even though you defeat the curse inside him, the tree dies anyway and tells you to go find Princess Zelda.
Great first quest. Save me. I saved you. Cool, I'm dead. Go find someone else.
Zelda's having prophetic dreams about Ganondorf, the Gerudo King, who's pretending to serve Hyrule's king.
She knows he's evil, but nobody believes her because she's like 10 years old and he's a respected diplomat.
She sends you to collect the 3 spiritual stones to open the door of time and reach the sacred realm before Ganondorf can.
You travel Hyrule, help the Gorons, help the Zoras, collect the stones, return to the Temple of Time.
And Ganondorf follows you. He was waiting for a child to open the door because adults can't touch the Master Sword.
So you accidentally let the villain into the sacred realm. Nice job, Link.
Good job opening the door, kid. I'll take it from here.
You pull the Master Sword, which seals you in the sacred realm for 7 years because you're too young to be the hero of time.
You wake up as an adult and Hyrule is ruined. Ganondorf took over, Castletown is full of zombies, everything's on fire.
The Gorons are being fed to a dragon. The Zoras are frozen. Kakariko is under attack. It's post-apocalyptic.
Sheik, this mysterious ninja, guides you to awaken the 6 sages who can seal Ganondorf away.
You travel through time as a kid and adult, solving puzzles in temples, collecting medallions.
And then Sheik reveals she's actually Zelda in disguise. She's been hiding from Ganondorf for 7 years.
The moment she reveals herself, Ganondorf captures her. Because of course he does.
I've been successfully hiding for 7 years. Time to blow my cover right in front of the villain.
You storm Ganon's castle, fight through 6 mini-boss gauntlets, and finally face Ganondorf in his tower.
You beat him, Zelda and the sages seal him away, the castle starts collapsing.
And then Ganondorf transforms into Ganon, this massive pig demon, for a final showdown in the ruins.
No music, just the sound of fire and destruction. It's iconic.
You defeat him, Zelda seals him in the sacred realm, and then she sends you back in time to relive your childhood.
So adult Link never existed. You saved the future by erasing yourself from it.
Time travel paradoxes. The reward for saving the world is nobody remembers you did it.
It's bittersweet. Link returns to being a kid, but he carries the memories of a future that no longer exists.
And this creates the timeline split that Zelda lore is built on. Child timeline, adult timeline, different outcomes.
Ocarina of Time stories set the standard for epic fantasy adventures in gaming. It's that influential.
And our #1 pick, Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia.
This scored 81 with critics, fan votes were passionate, and from personal experience, this is the perfect swan song for Fire Emblem on 3DS.
Wait, over Ocarina? Bold.
Hear me out. Echoes takes everything great about Awakening and Fates, but adds a more traditional Fire Emblem feel with modern polish.
It's different enough to feel fresh, but familiar enough to be comfortable. And the storytelling is phenomenal.
Plus, full voice acting. The production values are insane for a 3DS game.
Gameplay tip. Use Mila's turn wheel constantly. It lets you rewind turns if you make a mistake, which removes some of the permadeath stress.
And don't skip dungeons. They're fully explorable in third person, which is wild for a Fire Emblem game. Tons of hidden items and lore.
This is how you end a console generation, with something that honors the past while pushing forward.
If you only play one Fire Emblem on 3DS, make it this one.
Fire Emblem Echoes has one of the most mature and politically complex stories in the entire series.
The continent of Valencia is split between 2 nations, Rigel in the north worshipping the war god Duma, and Zofia in the south worshipping the love goddess Mila.
These gods are real and actively influence their nations. Duma makes Rigel militaristic and harsh. Mila makes Zofia peaceful but complacent.
The problem? Both gods have gone mad with age. Duma's become obsessed with power. Mila's lost interest in humanity.
You followed two protagonists, Alm, a village boy from Rigel, and Celica, a priestess from Zofia. They were childhood friends.
The game splits their campaigns. Alm leads a rebellion against Rigel's corrupt leadership. Celica goes on a pilgrimage to find Mila.
Alm's story is a classic rise to power arc. He's a farm kid who becomes a revolutionary leader almost by accident.
He's just trying to help his village, and suddenly, here's commanding armies and liberating territories.
People keep saying he has noble blood, but he denies it. I'm just a regular guy. Spoiler, he's not a regular guy.
Celica's journey is more spiritual. She's searching for the goddess Mila, who's mysteriously vanished from Zofia.
Their paths diverge, and they develop conflicting ideologies. Alm believes in human strength. Celica believes in divine guidance.
This creates tension when they reunite. They love each other, but they're on opposite sides philosophically.
Alm's like, we don't need gods. And Celica's like, we can't survive without them. It's genuinely compelling drama.
Eventually, you learn that Emperor Rudolph of Rigel, the main villain, is actually Alm's father.
And Rudolph's been orchestrating this whole war as a test. He wanted Alm to become strong enough to kill him and unite Valentia.
That's some next-level parenting. I'm going to wage war on you so you grow up strong.
Rudolph knew the gods were dying, and humanity needed to stand on its own. So he created a conflict to force evolution.
It's tragic because Rudolph genuinely loves his son, but he plays the villain to give Alm purpose.
You kill Rudolph, Alm becomes king, and then you learn Celica has been possessed by Duma's loyal follower.
Duma's trying to resurrect himself using Celica as a vessel. So now you gotta save her and stop a mad god.
The final dungeon is Duma Tower, this eldritch horror temple full of creepy monsters and reality-warping magic.
Duma's design is terrifying. He's this decayed dragon god, losing his sanity, ranting about power and salvation.
You fight him, free Celica, and both gods, Duma and Mila, pass on, leaving humanity to govern itself.
The ending is hopeful, but uncertain. Alm and Celica unite Valencia, but now there's no divine safety net.
Congrats on killing the gods. Figure out democracy now.
It's a story about growing beyond dependence, questioning authority, and forging your own path.
Plus, the voice acting is phenomenal. Every major scene is fully voiced with genuine emotion.
Echoes proves Fire Emblem can tell deep, philosophical stories while still being tactical strategy games.
So, there you have it, our top 15 3DS games ranked by critics, fans, and personal playtime.
The 3DS library is legitimately one of Nintendo's best, and these games still hold up today.
Now, the real question, what's your number one 3DS game?
Yeah, drop it in the comments, tell us if we got it right or if we're completely wrong.
And include your playtime. We want to see who's got 400 hours in one game.
Calling out the Pokemon and Animal Crossing addicts.
If you enjoyed this ranking, hit that like button and subscribe. We're doing more retro deep dives because apparently backlog guilt is our brand now.
Until next time, keep it retro.
And go charge that 3DS.